So, Josh Hokett just made the UFC press conference at the White House so entertaining. Now, first and foremost, great venue. Great venue. I love the fact that they had the Lincoln Memorial right behind them. They had, I think, the Washington Monument just down the lawn, facing a little bit, down the lawn this way. But they put on a show. But it wasn't because of these two. It was because of this man right here, Josh Hokett. Now, he was a last second addition to the card with Derek Lewis, for those that don't know, after the great fight with Curtis Blades, which was a high pace fight. And he came out very timid in this one, very uh, apologetic, very timid, very nervous, and started thanking everybody in the entire arena, started thanking Alex Pereira, Ilya Taporia, every single person on the card. Sean O'Malley got into it with Amy Zahabi a tiny bit, but they had the walkouts where they had kids from different, I believe, MMA gyms in the Northeast. And I do like the fact that they had the entire, venue, basically. It was amazing. But there was also chance of Udana at the presser because it got delayed, which might be a little bit of a factor tomorrow as well. But where is it? Yeah, nah, it was amazing, this press conference. It was a bit back and forth. The MMA media didn't really have great questions to ask. It was just, how do you feel about this fight week being at the UFC White House, which we all know the answer. Everybody was pretty timid, mostly because, it's almost like the World Cup. Everybody's representing their country in the U.S., fighting on the White House lawn. They're trying to be respectful. And that's also why I think Josh Hokett was a little bit more timid, really showing a little bit of the, introverted side of him. And I kind of like that. But Sean Strickland also pulled up. He had to be escorted off by police because he showed up and leg kicked a fan. And then he had to run off. As you can see, bunch of people hyping every single person up. Come ban me, that fucking pedophile. It's just so... I love it, but it's like, oh gosh. And yeah, he had to run. And then Justin Gaethje took a shot at Ilya Taporia looking like Lord Farquaad, which I think might bite him in the butt. Diego Lopez finally said something in English. He's been working on it for this card specifically, and Dana White said, wait, are we translating that or what? And one of the reporters said, nah, he's good. You did? That was English? Oh shit. It was Spanish to me. It was something very interesting to say right behind Abraham Lincoln Memorial. But it was very interesting. It had some great little back shots, back shots of the Lincoln Memorial. And I think it's going to be a good next 2 days. And then they also had the face-off between... Do I have it? Yeah, this is the full card. I gotta say this. One question, two questions, two, one, but he talked all of the press conference. And I think that was nice. Everybody's talking about him, including myself. And I think that's going to be going into fight week if he wins, bringing him straight up into title contention. One question, maybe one question. And I will say, Justin Gaethje and Ilya Taporia really got into it. They started arguing about whose coach is better, which that could be an argument. Trevor Whitman does have Kamaru Usman as a champion, well, ex-champion, and Rose Namajunas as an ex-champion. Justin Gaethje as an interim champion beforehand. But to be fair, Ilya Taporia has been a champion at featherweight and lightweight, so you can kind of make that, little distinction. But they also had the face-off between, where is it, if I can show it? Oh, they did have the press conference with Dylan Danis and Hamzat Chimaev, which was nice. You know that Hamzat Chimaev is going to beat the brakes off him in the wrestling match. Oh, here it is. Yeah, they had the full face-off where Eddie Hall just looks so massive. But I do think Tommy Fury is going to get the better of him over 6 rounds. And Ilya Taporia taking it all in the cage. The venue does look great, I do have to say. I'm just worried about it raining. So there's no way he's getting paid $10 million. But either way, I just wanted to bring that out. Dana White is saying that it's going to be hitting, a large number of viewership, which I don't think is going to happen. But yeah, no. So this is the news, and I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.